go. Back. Welcome to the locker. Episode 42. I'm A White. My man.
V Style 17. Player, we're back. At it again. What's up?
I don't know if you could say we back if we ain't never been anywhere.
That's true.
We've been here. We've been here.
Yeah. Don't call a comeback. We've been here for years.
But man, it's been a week. You know, we had a good. What was that? Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs Texans. 2 Thursdays ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Was why we wasn't on last time, but
Right.
we back in the seat. We back in the saddle. What's new with you over the past week?
Nothing, man. Watch my Lakers jump on a 2-0 series with Nuggets and whipping up on the Houston Rockets. That's what I've been up to, watching some decent college football. It was good seeing U of L get it handed to them. They got beat a little bit worse than what I thought. I thought it'd be 10 points, but it was really that game was out of hand. And the NFL is proven why is the NFL. There's some good down football going on right these last 2 weeks, man.
Okay. I can't argue with that. You say, you know, one thing I've been hearing, and I just kind of teams. But what about leading up to this point? I heard a conversation, guys saying, "Man, this football is terrible." I thought, you know, even the lower level, it wasn't the Power Fives playing, but I guess Clemson played 2 weeks ago. I thought that was pretty decent, but even before that, I like those. You know, the
Austin Peay, Central Arkansas.
No, the one I ain't really like, but I liked. I didn't think it was too bad. Marshall EKU. Marshall whooped up on it, but Marshall just looked good and efficient. I like to see him run the. I wouldn't say it was a bad game. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it wasn't fun to watch because football was back. They act like it was unwatchable.
I didn't watch anything until Clemson played until the ACC played. I didn't watch that first week at all. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even pull it on. I didn't watch no highlights. No.
Because you didn't have the time, or you just
it didn't interest me. Now I do like Arkansas State because that's my sister alma mater. So Arkansas State plays a pretty good brand of football, if you ask me. High octane, fun for the fans, but it just wasn't. I don't know, man. It didn't pique my interest.
Huh. I like that.
Honestly, if you really think about it, if it wasn't Kentucky, I probably want to watch their first game against that mid-major.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. I give you that much.
Yeah, so I want to see some not high-level football, just some real, true, competitive, good athletes football. Not one team being obviously better than the other, or you know, Division II-ish football. You know what I'm saying? That lower D1, that lower FCS stuff isn't as enticing.
But given the delay, I think given the delay and the what's the word I'm looking for? The fact that there was some discouraging things going on that there may not even be any football. I just thought that, you know, the first chance of, you know, football being on there, you know, without the crowd, I thought it would be a lot different. I just thought, you know, it was. Who else did I watch? Did Navy play BYU or something like that?
Navy played BYU, yes.
The first game.
Skull drug.
But I just thought, you know, I'm glad to know we're gonna have football. Is where I was at with the whole thing.
Yeah.
People saying it's not watchable. I'm saying if you want football, I'm just happy to have it.
Yeah, see, I'm not on that level. I wasn't missing football. I wanted to be safe. You know, if you ask me honestly, I'm shocked that they're still having it. To be honest with you, I mean, you just had Wake Forest and Notre Dame was canceling their game this week.
But I think following the rules and following protocol, and then, it's supposed to pick up when the weather cools off in the fall, like it's been doing up here, and it seems like it has been. Everybody's saying it was going to have another large impact. So I know a couple high school games got canceled coming up this week. And I know there's been some numbers spiking in some places, and so what everybody expected, it may be the case. And I understand what you're saying. You want to have the safety or whatever, but I still see people, doing a lot of other things, going to bars, and I feel like as long as they're safe and the virus is nowhere around, if the virus is not if it's not prevalent while they're playing, or it's not prevalent, when they make it to the environment, I guess that's the whole big thing. But I guess there's so many things you got to go through, so many obstacles you got to go through to actually get to the field. Right. The people who come into the field, and now within listening to some of the medical people talking, now they're acting like, well, I don't know if it's medical people. I think it's your damn president who's saying that now it's airborne, acting like it's airborne, like it can survive in air. It doesn't have to be 6 feet. It doesn't come from contact. Now they're acting like it's
always been airborne. That's the craziness about it. It's always been airborne. He said it in this tape with Woodward. I'm not gonna get on that angle. I don't trust people.
Right.
It's a matter of it's like six degrees of separation, right? All it takes is one person.
Yes.
To spread it. And then it goes from 1 to 10, 10 to 100, 100 to whatever. And people are still not willing to wear a mask all the time. So that's an issue for me. And if people do what they're supposed to do, they can slow down the spread. They're still not willing to do it, some people. And that's why I'm bothered by a little bit. I hope we are able to continue. We have shown that we can do it, right? Our test numbers are really low. It's not that it hasn't affected us, because apparently it affected us a couple of weeks ago, but our numbers are still low. So that's good. But, dude, I don't know, man. It's still iffy on my end.
So you still iffing it that if we're going to continue to play, you think we're going to make it through an entire high school, which have been abbreviated college or NFL season?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna say this: the Big Ten is gonna have an issue. They trying to play 8 games in 8 weeks. They gave them no out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no out for them. At least for the ACC and the SEC, they do have an extra week where they can probably make up games. But you can't make up 2 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Notre Dame gets 2 postponements, then they're gonna be in trouble. So like I said a long time ago, they can't let kids on campus. Once they let regular students on campus, that open up those kids to the virus.
I don't know, man. You sound like you waiting to get a bunch of backlash or whatever, man. Like you sound like you biased against students as opposed to student athletes. They make more bad judgment than just a regular kid.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that the student athletes were on campus already, isolated. They came back and got tested. Some guys had it, some guys didn't. Now they isolate themselves, they quarantine. Now they're only dealing with themselves, with that cocoon of that team. So since they got it when they came in, and now they quarantine, they isolate themselves, now they're fine. They're good now. Now you just introduce, and they're being tested, right? They got tested before they came in for the antibodies. Then they got tested again for the virus. They're getting tested. The students come in. You can't test all 20-some thousand students at Kentucky, 20, 30,000 students.
Something like that.
Yeah. They didn't test everybody. They tested some of them. So the some of them they tested, they might have it, and then they give it. It's just a whole another can of worms, man.
So I'm saying again, I still go back to my initial thing. You act like you feel like, well, because the athletes were doing good, everybody else who want to get an education, you don't have a right to an education because you might infect the football team, man.
You know what it is. It ain't about the education. They just can't come on campus. They can virtually. They can do it virtually. If they really want to make this money, you know they want to make this money. If you want to make this money, the best way to make this money is to leave those students off campus. Period. That's it. I'm not saying it's right, but that's the way to not spread it.
It look like I'm about to explode over there.
You are about to explode, man.
Well, like
You
like
you're obviously not in agreement with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It looked like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Wasn't that the kid ate the blueberries or something? And his whole face was like. But no, so no, but I feel what you're saying. So real quick, cause we're gonna save it for Thursday though. So if say we get to play this game on Saturday, what are you expecting? Now, not a complete breakdown, but good game. First week of the SEC games. Any surprises? I know. I think you got the Cats winning it. So
Yeah, surprises. It's gonna be an interesting game. I'm interested to see how Coach Grand what his game plan is. Um, how those first 10 to 15 scripted plays are gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna tell me a lot of what he sees his offense gonna be for the rest of the season. Is he gonna come try
right,
to pound it? He's gonna come try to spread it around. He's going. What is he going to do to dictate to Auburn how they want to run their offense? That's what I want to see. I want to see how confident Terry is in going through his progression. The defense. I want to see how these corners, man. I've been high on these corners the whole off season. I need them to prove me right because I don't want to go back on money eating crow.
right. No, I feel you on that. I don't. You know, one thing. You know, when people watching and they not give me back the regular color, and they're not really a SEC watchers, or they kind of the front runners, the Alabamas, the Florida, the
Georgia.
Georgias, and all that. Man, I was looking at the doggone rankings, man, like the national rankings, and that is like these numbers are ridiculous.
I
Like you got
know.
me and Anwar were watching Appalachian State. They had Appalachian State ranked like 23.
Hold up. You just did name drop just then, did you?
Oh no, that's a household name, man.
I'm just saying, you just conveniently name drop just then.
No, I said that because it was Appalachian State is the only reason I was watching Appalachian State game.
I got you.
So that's why that's the connection to Appalachian State. But they ranked 23rd, and I think we ranked like 22nd or vice versa. Like
No, yeah, I think they're ahead of us. I think.
yeah, and that's crazy. So I didn't really realize when I got us beating Auburn, and people are looking like I've been on some of those chat boards, and people are like, well, shit, Auburn is ranked number 8. And I was
Right.
like, and that one that's until next week when they add Big Ten's teams to it.
Right. Hey, you know how it is, man. It's like we are. It's interesting that what people don't really take into account, and you really got to delve into it, is how the schedule lays out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because we play Alabama, who does Alabama play before us? Who does Alabama play after us? Look at the Alabama schedule and look who they play before us. Look who they play after us. It's sandwiched in between LSU and Auburn.
Yeah.
It's a catch 'em game. It's like the Tennessee game. Look who Tennessee plays before they play us. You got to look at the whole schedule, and I think this schedule really lays out pretty damn good for us. But just even off of just our schedule without looking at anybody else's, I think it lays out pretty damn good. Then you look at who these quote unquote powerhouse teams play before us, and I think it even lays out even better.
So what we got you on single screen? Corey Price said, "What's your thought on Bo Allen and Vito Tisdale being 2 on the depth chart? 2
Yeah, I
deep?"
saw that. If you know what piqued my antennas on that one is where the hell is Sawyer Smith? Is
Yeah.
he still on the team? Yes, he's on the team. I know he is. So,
No, I know that. Yeah.
so what? Why is Sawyer not second? Or do you really trust a true freshman to come in if let's say let's just say this. Let's say Terry's chin strap breaks, which happens,
Right, right.
right? He has to come out the game for a couple plays. You're gonna put Bo Allen in over Sawyer Smith? That one piqued me a lot.
Maybe it's too deep because they got some packages for him. So that means you will see him something like
That's
that. Like,
that's even worse.
but they said something. There was a rumbling going on that Bo Allen looked real good. So I don't know if it's his arm, how well he picked the plays up, or what. And I had questions, about Joey Gatewood coming in this year and Sawyer Smith. All last year I was extremely concerned about why Sawyer Smith was the man. He didn't play terribly to me in Florida, but then all of a sudden he had a nagging injury, and the whole year they acted like he wasn't going to get back on the field. So it raises my antennas as well that Sawyer, to me, when he first got in the Florida game, before he took that hit or whatever, took a couple of, I think not the hits in general, but I guess a particular hit or two, something happened and the coaches didn't want to put him back in. So I don't know, man. I figure if that is a true depth chart and it's not just based off of him being a Kentucky kid and them having a package for him, then I let the guy transfer or something. But I didn't like the idea last year when they moved Lynn, which it actually worked. So I would sound like an idiot to say I didn't buy into it, but it was I don't know. It was just a little strange to me that as Sawyer looked good when he came in, that now y'all moving him 3 and he never got back in last year.
Right. I'm in agreement with you. I'm not saying Sawyer is better than Bo. I'm not. I'm not saying that Bo isn't legit. It's first game of the season against Auburn.
In Auburn.
It's just, I'm not saying, yeah, other teams play freshman quarterbacks too, but they play freshman quarterbacks because they won a job. Bo Allen didn't win a job. I'm just sorry. Bo Allen isn't. I'm just. Let me just set this up. Bo Allen, I think, can be I think he'd be not just real. He can be a damn good quarterback. All right, but he's not Trevor Lawrence. Okay, Justin Fields couldn't start as a freshman. Look how damn good he is. You know what I'm saying? Not every freshman is ready to play as a freshman. You know how it is, man.
You gonna pick Justin Fields over Cincinnati Joey?
Oh.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's the best you could come up with.
That's
man, they're gonna pull our licensing, man.
Right. So look, so you're right. So Joe Burrow couldn't freaking start as a freshman. I'm just saying it. Just because he's not playing as a freshman doesn't mean he's not going to be a great quarterback. I'm just saying it just piques my interest because there's other quarterbacks on the team that has experience.
I'm gonna ask you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you this though. Then I'm gonna get back to Tyrone's question. I'm put on screen, but I'm gonna ask you this.
That is true, Tyrone. That is true.
I'm gonna ask Corey this as well. The funny thing about that whole depth chart crap was that Sawyer wasn't even number 2 when Joey ain't even cleared and they had Sawyer 3. I mean, that ain't nothing to laugh at, man.
No. But like Tyrone said, the reason why Sawyer came was to be a coach. He had a connection with Grant or Henshaw, one of them. And yes, that is true. But he is a quality backup. And the first game of the year, a guy who played games last year to be bumped over a true freshman, it just raised my antennas. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it raised my antennas. And practice, Anthony would tell you, practice is totally different than a game. This is the other thing is, I'm going to just say this. And I don't know what, like I said, Bo Allen's going to be a damn good quarterback for us in the future for sure. Once you're seeing that defense and we're running vanilla defenses against our offense, you know what they're going to run.
Right, right.
You starting to pick apart the defense a little bit, which is a good thing as a quarterback. But I'm just saying, when you see that same damn defense over and over and over and over again, you know where the soft spots are.
Right,
He has a
right,
lot
right.
beyond that. His talent is immense. He's shown that. I'm just saying, it's a different level when these defensive coordinators start playing some trap coverages and you think it's quarters and they turn into cover 2 in a heartbeat and try to throw in a flat and it's pick 6. It happens. Just telling you.
Here's the question though. So how much credence do you put in that whole deal with that depth chart
None.
with Bo actually being number 2?
None.
So
None really.
you as a veteran,
Yeah.
what is? I mean, I don't know. Like what do you? I cannot.
So
I
so
can,
so first of all, Sawyer knows that Bo has more talent than him, right? That's evident. That's
he knows that.
yeah, he knows. Come on, man. Hey, you know, for example, when I was a senior and when I was a junior and Tony Woods came into the room, it was like, okay, all right. Tony is that dude. He had the talent level.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't seasoned like wasn't. I'm gonna just say he wasn't here like me and wasn't seasoned. I've seen a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I know how routes. I don't want to get into depth. How routes are, route combinations, how they. So I know what's coming before the play. But as far as just raw talent, I saw with my eyes Tony Woods is better than me. Period. It's not even close, right? That doesn't say that he can beat me out. I just know athletically he's better than me. Same way Sawyer can see, Bo can make throws that I can't make, right?
Right.
If they need to run a 15-yard, 20-yard comeback, I can't make that throw from the opposite hash. That's like a 40-yard throw almost. But Bo can make it. So he knows he's more talented, right? I'm not saying that exact, but just talent, arm talent.
I tell you this much, and I'm not saying that Coach Hal Mumme was the most player-friendly guy or the most even caring type coach, but you got to think, when you just asked me that, how I feel, dude, Derek Homer came in looking like a beast. Wendell Childs came in 6'3", 230, running a 10-400.
Yeah, right.
Then you got Artus Penner coming in, maybe my senior year, and it was kind of like, and I never once felt like I knew them dudes were good, but I never felt like I would have to be number 2 on the depth chart because I felt like I was that good. Not better than them, but like I said, like the one thing you did say was vision. I had the vision. I had it upstairs. I knew how to matriculate and get involved in the game. But I'm just saying, I don't see, even if Sawyer thought he was better, I guess that's my point. I think if you don't think you can play here, let me go.
No, that's the thing. Is he came here with the thought of becoming a GA. That was already, he already said that in an interview or whatever. That's why he came to Kentucky. He saw an opportunity to be a GA. So that's what he was thinking about anyway from jump. So go ahead.
No, so you think, so let me ask you this then. So you think he basically hung him up, and I'm the reserve in case neither one of those, and you need somebody to take some snaps, hand it off, and finish the game.
Well, the writing was on the wall if Joey Gatewood is eligible. He's gonna be number 2, period. Right? If Joey Gatewood becomes eligible, he's number 2 off top. That's not even up for discussion. So yes. Now, for me though, if Joey, since they still haven't freaking given the decision, if it doesn't make any damn sense, I would think he would be number 2. Maybe not number 2. Okay. Now that you said it, now I'm thinking about it. Why didn't they have T-Dub, Bo, or Sawyer? No, they had Bo or Rodriguez. Why don't they have Bo or Sawyer?
So I only think you give me a little bit comfort when you say that. Like now I kind of feel like maybe I just don't like when they do people like that, man. I've been done the wrong way. Like I don't like when they just not give some, like I like Walker Woods and everything I hear. he wasn't going to play quarterback, and I figured he should have gotten the slot. I want to see him play because I
Right.
thought he was a good high school kid. But at the end of the day, I think when the writing's on the wall, that's fine. That's why Walker got up through.
Right.
But I don't know. I just felt like Sawyer came in against Florida, and I felt like he had talent to, to take us a couple places. But somewhere along the line, I think he got shook.
Sawyer is a Sawyer. You know who Sawyer is? In retrospect, Sawyer is like Sklar. Sklar could have played in the NFL if he really wanted to, right? He didn't even try. Sawyer, I mean, Coach Slarman saw himself as a coach. That was his passion. So he didn't even go to the NFL. He went straight to coaching. That's what Sawyer is. Sawyer wants to continue playing as long as he can, which I think this is last year, right? Then he's going to go right to coaching. And he has an end with these coaches, and he'll have a position when he's done. Mm-hmm. That's why he's here. They brought Sawyer in to be an emergency. They didn't expect Sawyer to play. They expect T-Dub to play the whole year. And maybe I say this. Let's say T-Dub plays 7 games instead of 2. One of them freshmen might have had confidence. Freshmen play during the season. Then Sawyer probably wouldn't play either. So since it was so early, they trusted the guy who at least took some snaps before with live bullets. So I don't think Sawyer came here with the expectations of really playing, to be honest with you.
Okay, I give you that. And what did he say? And Vito, and he said Vito just, but they said Vito's a dog. They say he's a different breed, man.
That doesn't shock me from what I hear. This is the one that shocks me. Is Devontae Robinson, before the injury last season, was slotted as another safety, right?
Right.
All right. So tell me this. He's slotted as number 1 nickel. What if they're not in nickel? Is he the number 1 safety and Asian is the backup? Or Devontae isn't even a starting safety?
I think you got to have Devontae in there, man.
That's what. But
a lot of times, nickel. I guess in the SEC, do you think that a nickel is not a traditional nickel, like a slot cover guy? Maybe a guy that can blitz or, play the ground and pound, like having a smaller linebacker in there instead of having.
Nickel is your traditional nickel. They come
in the
out
SEC.
3 wides. Yeah, they come out 3 wides, 1 back.
Yeah, but so you don't think it's there? You don't think it's there for stout purposes if you have to go base or reacting to base, like if you over the slot and blitz, or
they aren't gonna put nickel in if they got 3 wides. If they have 2 tights, if they run a 1-back system, and they have 2 tights, they go on the base. But if
I understand that. But if you go 3 wides on a running down. Yeah, ain't it good to have a nickel in there that can put his head in there too, or you think they're gonna run the base and live with getting burnt? That's what I'm saying.
Why would they get burnt?
You obviously never watched.
No. Who you burn on the running play or burn on the passing play?
On passing play. I'm saying if they come out on the rundown, a 3rd and 2, they come out in a 3rd and 2. And you want to be safe on both sides, like run and pass. So, you want you a solid nickel in there.
So on 3rd and 2,
and then 3, and then
3rd and 2, you're gonna put your base in and run a zone coverage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Now you're gonna have that linebacker in that zone for that option route on the receiver. Yes, that's just how it's gonna roll. Now you can hide yourself though, right? Especially with the 3-4, you can hide yourself because you have two middle linebackers.
I'm gonna call you Mr. Curl Flat because we come on 3rd and 2 and you in base. That slant looking real good to me right now, man. Slant looking real good.
You're right. No, but what you gonna do? If it's 3rd and 2.
I would rather come out with a strong nickel, somebody that can make the tackle, line him up over there, may edge him in, I may edge him off the edge, just in case.
Okay,
but then
in a 3-4, who you subbing out? Subbing out inside linebacker or you're subbing out one of your outside linebackers who can rush, put his hand on the ground or not.
I'll take out one of my outsiders. I'll take out for a 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
If you try to go outside, I think a nickel should be able to make that play.
So
if it's outside, not in the middle, I'm not telling him to stick his head in there.
So remember, you have like a 5 technique defensive end. So that tackle has leverage on him automatically, right? He can chip him, and then the guard can seal him. You got a damn 300-pound offensive tackle coming out at your nickel. I'm just saying.
But we could go back and forth about what if, because we got to make a perfect scenario for your what if. But
I wouldn't play nickel in 3rd and 2, me personally, because my 2 outside linebackers should be able to play curl flat decently.
Depending on where we at on the field, I buy that. Depending on where we at on the field, I do buy that. But real quick, man, I'm reading what Tyrone Johnson to put on the screen, man. Mm-hmm. He's saying they giving him more time to heal. We're in a delayed, abbreviated season. The boy didn't play at all toward the end of the season last year.
He had all season, all last season. He didn't play after South Carolina game. He had all that time to heal. And he had no spring game, so he had all that spring to heal.
Man, Tyrone, you crazy, man.
Tyrone crazy. Think about it. Think about it, though. Not being funny, though. He had a year to heal. It's 12 months since he played, probably.
Yeah.
So no.
And whatever came to be his issue?
I think it was a shoulder. It could have been an AC joint or shoulder or something.
I thought it was a hand. It could have been a.
No, it was a hand too. He did have a hand, but the shoulder was the reason why he couldn't throw well.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, maybe he don't want to make it no worse. Maybe he don't want to make it any worse.
Well, it's not his choice. He's not saying, "Oh, I don't want to play." The coaches see that.
Why do you think Drew Barker got up through?
Why did Drew Barker do what?
Get up. Why do you think he got up through? Why do you think he left the team?
He didn't leave. Now remember, he just quit. He just gave up football. Oh, because of injury. Well, he had an injury, dude. He had a bad injury. That wasn't a shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Drew Barker had a more severe injury.
I guess so. I don't know. It's just.
Plus, he saw the writing on the wall. It was clear as day, that writing.
Oh man, but yeah. So, oh man, all right. So we got a couple.
I'm watching my Lakers, man. They ain't doing so well right now. They're down 3 in the second quarter. Did you see that AD 3-pointer?
Oh yeah. Like, who draws up a play for a 7-footer to take a 3-pointer? I guess there ain't too many shooters on that team either.
It wasn't for him.
He came off the screen to that position.
It wasn't for him. That play was a lob for LeBron.
Oh.
And I think they have. I don't think Vogel knew what was happening, if you ask me. From what he said, which I think is true, Rondo asked, "Can I be the inbound?" And he's like, "Yeah, go in." All right. And I think Rondo and AD said him and Rondo made eye contact. Let's see. I don't know if that's true. But that was not a screen. If you look at it, LeBron didn't move. LeBron was chilling off Grant to get the lob.
Right.
Seconds, so he had in 2 seconds, he could at least took one dribble and shot. Or at least pump fake and took a dribble and shot.
Yeah.
So the play would be lobbed to LeBron. AD came and actually, if you really think about it, as a coach, he flooded the entry pass.
Yeah. Brought everybody over there. Yeah.
He brought an extra defender over there.
Yeah.
So luckily, Rondo has an IQ that's out of this world, and he made that adjustment.
And that's why it's good to have they're gonna keep on doing me like that. It's good to have I guess a guy with good passing and bad passing skills and decision making skills.
Vision, IQ, the decision making skills, all the above. Yes, he is a difference on this Lakers team. Period.
So
When he
what's
came
the
back, they're better.
so what's the count in the series over there? I was watching it for a minute. I
2-0.
expected the Clippers to be there, so once the Clippers didn't make it, I was done, man.
It's 2-0 right now. Lakers up 2-0. They down the commercial. I think they were last I looked over, they were down 30-27 with like almost right at the start of the second quarter.
So that was huge. If it was one if it
1-1.
was 1-1, dang, that's huge. That is huge that they did that. So AD probably saved them.
AD made the series, gave him a little bit more margin for error. I don't know if it saved the series. Not having home court advantage kills the advantage of going somewhere. Going like the Heat. If the Heat would have went into Boston and won the first two games, that series over. Rose will have the most carries by the end of the season.
You think so?
And if he's healthy, he's gonna have the most carries. Yes.
No.
I don't think it's gonna even be close.
You ever, and this is not a knock on the young man, you ever notice some of those people who have the really great springs, and it's usually running backs. You don't typically see it happen to quarterbacks, maybe defensive back every now and then, but running backs that have a really great spring, and and I think, shoot, man, AJ done had like 150 yards in each spring game or more, like 170 one year. I think he had 150, he was breaking off 50 and 60 yarders. And then when you get into the SEC, man, it's one arm tackles and stuff. So I just think that Smoke Show, he can get in and out with that thing, and he can pick him up and put him down. And I think Rodriguez can as well.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just like I said, I just think as the season goes and the games get tougher, when you need positive yards, like we need 3 and 4, because that's all Benny would get you: 3, 4, 12, 3, 4, 15, 3, 4, 20. And I think AJ gets you 0, 1, 2, 20, 0, 1, 2, 15. Like it's, I got to stay in front of the chains.
Hey, let me say this, and that's a perception thing. Let me say this: people forget how many yards AJ Rose had last year. He had some big runs called back. He almost had 800 plus yards last year. We forget. He ended the year on a good note. That he ran well against Vitek. For me, he's the most patient runner and that is going to be needed with Terry at the quarterback. You see, if we are going to be more of a downhill. Now, what scheme are we going to run? Are we going to go Benny and run downhill and not be patient? Then I can see Rodriguez. I don't think Rodriguez and Smoke is as patient as finding the holes as AJ is. And I think AJ with Terry is a better option. Now, with Joey, Smoke might be a better option.
I don't think, turn the red off. Boom, back. I don't think that I don't really feel you on that. I feel downhill Rodriguez on play action is going to draw the defense in and give Terry better looks, as well as get Terry the perimeter when we need it. I think the patience you speaking of from AJ, I don't think we need that. I think we want to put in the belly downhill and watch the defense. If they come, pull it back out, and now by this you got to know wide enough gap for the tight end and whatnot. And if they come collapsing on the end, you got a little bit for Terry to run and pick up the first down. I think with AJ's patience, if it ain't there, it's ugly. If it is there, the patience is gonna make it a little tougher to catch it on stride. You know what I'm saying? Like if it ain't there, if it's there and you patient and it's that quick hitter, it's that read option. I think that patience is going to allow him time to collapse. Is why I think if you want to run a traditional fullback, 1st and 10, he might get all the 1st and 10s. He may get all the 1st and 10s on most series. But once we get in I think 2nd and 5s, and where you want to keep the defense off balance. I think Smoke and Rodriguez are better to keep them off balance.
Or are you running the pistol? Or are you running has it right off of where he comes right off the side of the quarterback? Because there's no downhill if he's on the side of the quarterback. You're riding him and reading that guy that you're leaving unblocked. So
No, I think there is a downhill. I think it's a downhill when you're in the gun next to the quarterback.
not
Because if you take it, you got to hit it hard. And that's where I'm saying the patience. I don't think if it's there, that's what I'm saying. If it's there, AJ will run through it. But if they still got contained on the outside, but it may be an arm in the A gap that you're looking at. I think AJ stumbles on that a little bit. I think that distracts his ability to hit it hard.
I don't know, man. I'm more of an AJ Rose guy. I think the systems are different. If they are trying to run an RPO and trying to ride him, I think AJ is the back. Now if they just turn around, hand it off, then he's not the back. And I would rather a Smoke.
You see what the Bishop Tyrone Johnson says, man.
Yeah,
he said he called him Chris Brown, man. But I'm not saying, like I said, I think the guy can play. I just think it has to be the right type of system for him. Like, I don't really want to go downhill.
No.
I need to be patient and find mine.
Right. You are right. And that's exactly what I'm saying. And your mom said, "What up?"
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama. So look, for me, that's what I'm saying. I picture the offense a little bit different than what they have been running. That's why I got AJ Rose as the more a compliment. Now, if they're not going to run the offense like that, then yeah, he is not. He's not the right fit. As I was saying the other day, fit is so people don't understand. Fit is so important for everybody. When I was trying to explain, like the NFL is all about fit, man, and that's not just for quarterback. That's for running back. That's for receivers. That's for DBs. If the system fits your skill, you will be successful. And I think Coach Grant is going to run, or what he would like to run with T-Dub, fits AJ Rose better than Rodriguez. Smoke is like the best of both of those guys, if you ask me.
No, I guess where I think I have the problem with what you said, I think from the beginning, was that you said, oh, absolutely, Rose. I think by the end of the season it's gonna be pretty even. I think it's gonna be pretty even. We may be looking at 130 carries apiece. No, they a little heavier, so
okay.
I think it's going to be about 150 a piece. It may fluctuate 15 to 20 carries, which means that's what, 1 or 2 carries a game.
Right.
So
when I say, now I'm not saying he's going to have 300 carries and the other guy's going to have 50. It's not going to be that much of a difference, but I think the difference is going to be 5 to 10 carries. I think it's going to be a little bit more wider than that.
Who is Juju?
You talking about Jutang?
Oh, the running back.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with higher running backs, man.
Dude, they have so many running backs.
Ain't the other dude's name Tisdale too?
People are leaving out Tisdale.
Yeah.
I saw Tisdale play in high school, dude. He's similar to Smoke, if you ask me.
He played good in the spring. Wasn't he here for one spring? He came in early or something.
Yeah, he came in this spring.
Nah, I thought he came in before that. Not Vito.
Oh no. Yeah. He came in last spring.
Yeah. I thought I seen him, and I thought he had some. I think he broke a long one on him.
Dude, he's got some juice. That's why I said he's very similar to Smoke. He's not. You know what? He's kind of built like Smoke a little bit. Not as big though. Yeah,
that's what I said. I thought he's smaller.
Yeah, he's not as big, but he kind of Smoke seemed like he's tight, like a bigger Mo Williams. Like he's just tight for some reason, and not in a bad way, just built that way.
Yeah,
and Tisdale seems built the same way, but like I said, not as big, but he's built that tight. So, dude, they are so loaded at the running back. It's scary, man. When you just recruited a top running back and you got moving a middle linebacker because you got so much depth, that says a lot. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And that, but like I said, I don't know if we're gonna get in the fourth, especially in the all SEC schedule. I don't know if we're gonna get in the fourth and fifth touches. You know, we ain't gonna have those games where you blowing nobody out to really
Injury,
even
injuries.
see. I ain't counting on that, man.
So I'm
So
just saying, but that can happen. Is running back a position. You know, it's tough, man. You like you said, you playing in the SEC, you're gonna get banged up.
yeah, yeah.
So no, you probably not gonna go 5, but you can definitely go 4.
You must be on delay, Bishop Johnson.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, it's a FCC 5 second number that you got.
We gotta hit the dump button if we have to.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting with Tisdale, man. I don't know, man. I would say it's better to have too many backs than not have enough.
Oh shoot, yeah, shoot, yeah.
So
But I can't see all them dudes going down, man. Like
no, no, no.
because by the time if one does have a nagging injury, by the time the 2-man show, and you may sneak Tisdale in there for a couple carries or Juju, then the other guy be back. So
Yeah,
but,
no, you're right. Sure, we have 3, and 3 is enough. The 3 is enough. There's not that many carries in a game. You're talking about what, 60, 70 plays a game?
yeah,
Of a running back, and you're not going to run it 60. You're not going to run it all those plays. Hopefully, you're balanced. You're in that 40, 30, or just 60, 35, 25, something like that. So I just don't. There's not that many carries available.
yeah,
3 is almost too many.
yeah. So we're gonna try and get off. We're gonna try and get off UK again, unless somebody gonna come on. Or I guess we may as well just finish it off over there, man. I was on, like, so do you check out any of those? You ever check out any of those sites? Those like ESPN or not ESPN or SEC chat sites and stuff.
No, man, I'm not. I will get roped into that, bro, and my whole day will be gone. No, I don't frequent those kind of sites because I'll be reading and tweeting all day.
Now, I was on there the other day, man. There's a lot of people, and I guess they could be UK fans. They got a lot to talk about and a lot to be happy about. When I was looking on there, there was a lot of them that was talking about UK, winning the East, only losing or being second in the East, or like I said, some of them said even winning the East, going to SEC championship, man. And the funny thing was, they wasn't getting a lot of arguments. Like there wasn't a lot of pushback about people saying that, man.
Bruh, I'm trying to tell you, if you look at the schedule, the teams for example, if you want to look at the teams that you think we're going to have a tough time with, right? Georgia plays Alabama before us. And with the Tennessee game, Tennessee plays Georgia before us. That's the difference, man. When you start looking at the schedule, those are teams, right? Then you go to Alabama. Alabama plays LSU before us, and I think they end with the next week, or they might have a bye week. They play Auburn. That's tough. So if you look at the schedule, I think you will feel a little bit better about our chances because it just lays out better for us. And
I'm not against the chances.
No, I'm just saying for fans. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think some of them have taken into the fact of who these teams are playing, because at first, when the schedule first came out, it wasn't that many fans saying that. They were not saying we'll be 73, 8-2. They were like 5-5.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Once they saw the schedule, they was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, the only team I hope fans think the 4 teams that really have it's not to say every game is a tough game in the SEC, but the 4 games that teams should be really scared about, fans should be scared about, is Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, and Bama. The only team out of those 4 that don't play a really tough team before us is Florida. That's it.
And we got
Everybody else
Alabama.
played a tough team before us. So it's like we kind of have an advantage as far as schedule. Not to say it's going to end up being this or that, but it just helps us out a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people kind of look at that, but I think we got to get through these first 4 games. Ain't Tennessee number 4?
Tennessee is number 4. Yes.
Yeah, because it's some, like I said, that Auburn is going to be a toughie, and something that you can't just count. And I think a lot of people are scared about just the Tennessee game. So I think by the time we come through there handling business the way we should, it's kind of like when you run in that quarter and you come off of that back curve.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be like, hey, now we just got to push through, man. Like we already, we one step behind them on that curve. You leaning in, now you digging, and you still got something left in the tank. That's my whole point. But
see, I think the most important game is the Ole Miss game
why you say that?
because okay, no matter what the result is for Auburn, let's say we beat Auburn, right? Are we going to be too high and too excited about beating Auburn and take Ole Miss for granted? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if we lose to Auburn, are we going to be able to lick our wounds and come back and play? Lane is going to come up with something, bro. It's a new coach, a new system. We got to prepare for. It's not going to be the same Ole Miss. And that damn Plumlee is going to be running all over the downfield. So that Ole Miss game to me is going to tell me what the season's going to look like, regardless if we beat Auburn or not.
Yeah.
That to me is the barometer for me personally. Is that Ole Miss game. If we come and do what we're supposed to do against Ole Miss, because on paper we are way talented. We come and do what we're supposed to do against Ole Miss, then I feel good.
I think, well, I agree with you on that. I think Auburn is going to tell us everything we need to know. I think Auburn's going to tell us everything we need to know. And I don't know if that was you or somebody else it might have been just today. You said the first 15 scripted plays are going to tell you something. I think it's too much, man. The butterflies got to get out, and the first hit, no crowd noise. I don't think the first 15 plays going to tell me nothing. But I think by the time we come out the second half, if we come on the second half not flat and playing, and we already, whether it's tight or tied, and we come out that way, I think that'll tell us a little bit more, because that whole first quarter, the first series is adjusting to no crowd. Quarterback ain't been in there for a while. So I say that because when I played football, I used to come out of the locker room. I never stretched out. Like, I never stretched out, I think, until I was in the NFL, because, they make you. They got them trainers to come around and push your damn back down to the, and I'm like, so what I used to tell my teammates is, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna warm up through this first series or two. So if I happen to see daylight, I probably wasn't gonna break it, because I ain't stretched out. I mean, you do your little go through the thing, go through the handoff and lines and all that little warm up stuff. But as far as stretching and doing the sprints, I was too nervous, man. I mean, not really too nervous. I mean, I was too tense and anxious.
Yeah,
couldn't. Man, it made my stomach uneasy. So I was like, I'm just gonna mellow out and relax until game time. So that's why I don't know if those guys are like that, but I do think it takes a little while to get acclimated. And like I said, with Wilson coming back, I think I think the coaches are gonna be conservative, try to fill him out a little bit. We may try and force some throws.
See, that's why I'm saying the first 15 plays. Or they gonna
That won't tell you in the first 15 plays.
But it's gonna tell you how confident they
are.
Are they going to allow him? Are they gonna give him easy throws first?
Yeah.
Are they gonna allow the run game to come, then try to give him easy throws? That to me says a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why the 15 plays are important. I want to see what the play. I guess I want to see what the pass run splits are going to be. I don't care what the plays are. I want to see, are they going to come out, try to open it up to open the run by the pass, or are they going to try to open the pass via the run?
So what if they take a shot? What if they take a shot first play?
No.
Then go.
That They ain't taking no shot.
Come on, man.
No, not with
Ride him through the hole. Ride AJ through the hole. 2 steps. So three to
the
5
first play.
steps back.
Yeah, because I'm gonna just
Let
say,
it go.
Just say now. Typically, defensively, you're gonna be conservative, so you ain't gonna let
Yeah.
nobody get over the top. So
Yeah.
then you try to get over the top, and you throw the bad pass, get picked off. Now you're pissed.
You don't have to throw. You can throw it overthrow it, throw it out of bounds. I don't think that's gonna be the case. But I was
I'm
just saying, you see what they're trying to do. But
Yeah,
I might let them know. Hey, scoot back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Are they gonna, are they going to run a bubble screen, gesture, something a little
Yeah.
outside flare screen or something, or are they going to allow him to throw it into a window?
I don't think that's the case. I think, like you said, I think it's going to be handoff, or read
Okay.
option with a screen. I think it's going to be,
Okay.
a RPO with a screen with a
Okay.
quick pass. I think. I mean, that's the simplest thing to do, man.
No, I know. I'm not
Yeah,
disagreeing
yeah.
with you. I don't know what they're gonna run. I really don't have a feel. I'm interested to see what it's gonna be though.
Yeah. I guess the best thing you could do, though, I mean, the best case scenario is have our defense come out there, hit
Yeah.
them boys in the mouth,
Yes.
or get
Yes. Facts.
a
Call
good
a
3 or
turnover.
4 times. Yeah,
Get a short field. Yeah.
yeah.
Because if we get the ball between the 40s, that opens up everything.
Yeah.
Unless you
Well,
get off
man.
the bill, man.
Well, we just took.
So I'm interested, man. I can't wait, man.
Yes. Oh.
My
Man,
damn
didn't-
Lakers in that bus whip though. Ooh, that's nice.
I mean, you one thing, and I don't even like the Nuggets, but the one thing you really don't want to do at this point, let them jokers get your number.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, they probably still think you stole one last game.
Yes. They
So-
definitely think that the Lakers stole game 2.
So if they get this one mentally, wouldn't it play worse on the Lakers if they get this one and they had a lucky 3-pointer? I mean, and then knowing what Denver has done the past couple series,
Yeah, this is.
I'll be concerned.
I wouldn't be concerned. I mean, I don't think anybody thought the Lakers going to sweep them. I had it in 6, so this is still on track for 6.
Yeah. I just don't want the Lakers to win it, man. I
Yes.
wanted Kawhi to get him one, but
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
You
But
already got multiple.
I'm talking about this year. I want to get a third one with a third team and the third Finals MVP. But apparently he picked up some bad baggage with
PG?
Paul George. Yeah, man,
Nah,
this dude, man, non-existent, man. Paul
That's
George
a-
need to be ashamed of himself.
That was a bad. I tweeted out in the bubble that the Clippers are not going to make the West Conference Finals because they once.
But they defense are oriented, man.
Oh, dude. Once look, and then we'll go.
Paul George was invisible.
Look, that team got a bunch of one-dimensional players. Take out Kawhi and PG. Lemon Pepper Lou is a liability on the defensive end. Ted is a liability on the offensive end. They had Zubac. Morris is a ticking time bomb. That wasn't a well put together team, man. If you ask me.
But if you get some old scrappers, man, shit, were the Toronto Raptors a balanced team? No.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
They had the big string bean dude in the middle. You had Kawhi, who plays both ends of there. Kyle Lowry, who may or may not show up, but he only one-dimensional.
Kyle Lowry is a leader. That's the leader. The Clippers don't have a leader. Who's the Clippers leader?
Doc Rivers. Come on, man.
Doc Rivers has 3 teams that have blown 3-1 leads. that should tell you a lot.
But I ain't gonna say that because I know who he did get a championship for, so I ain't even gonna join in on that.
Okay.
I ain't gonna join in on that, but Man, they took our Thursday show away, man. We was gonna maybe we get a little bit deeper, man. Maybe by the end we'll know a little bit more something we can break it down. She may talk about Auburn a little bit. We may have guests join us, man. A former player Throwback Thursday talk about, their
I'm down.
expectation for the game. So,
I'm down, man.
Man, but we back, man. It feel good to be back in the saddle, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always feels good, man.
See, I'm blushing, man. My face turned red like white people. I'm blushing, man. But man, like I said, as always, man, appreciate you, man. Tell the family, man, I appreciate them for letting you join, man, and help make a good product, man. I appreciate them giving up some of their time with you to give us some time with you in Big Blue Nation.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
So we'll do this thing again on Thursday. We'll do it again on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yes, man.